Pardot output component enables users to output the contents of a table or view from their cloud data warehouse into Salesforce Pardot. Using this component, Matillion ETL can be used to push data to Pardot from the cloud. This component can be used to unload customer accounts back into Pardot, allowing Pardot prospects to remain in sync with cloud analytics platforms. Say you have a table of customer data on your cloud data warehouse, but you also need this data on Salesforce Pardot as prospects to use for an email campaign. In this example, we'll output a table of customer data from a cloud data warehouse to the Pardot prospect object. To begin, add the component to the canvas of an orchestration job. It can be found on the Components panel under Orchestration, Connectors, Unload. Navigate to the Properties tab while the component is selected. Here we'll select the sourced Cloud Data Warehouse table, the target Pardot object, and configure authentication and other properties. Select an OAuth entry to authenticate this component. OAuth entries must be set up in advance. You can set up OAuth for Pardot by using Manage OAuth from the project menu. For full information on how to set up the Pardot OAuth, please visit the Matillion documentation site. Then, when the Pardot OAuth is set up, you'll be able to select it from the OAuth drop-down in the component properties. A Pardot Business Unit ID is required to define the correct partition of prospects within Pardot. We'll also select the database, schema, and then table currently stored on your cloud data warehouse, which you want to output to Pardot. So, for our example, the table of customer data, which we're outputting as new prospects. Use the Target Object dropdown to select Import API for prospects, so that the data output will be added to the prospects in Pardot. We also need to select specific column mappings to be output to the equivalent prospects column. Be aware that you must map the column's email and campaign ID to be able to run this component. For this example, we'll map email, campaign ID, first and last name, and the company columns. This data will be output to Pardot prospects once we run the job. Then, when the properties are all complete and the job has successfully validated, we can run the job by right-clicking on the canvas and selecting Run Job. We can see if the job has run successfully in the task window, which also includes the number of loaded rows. Then, by refreshing the prospects on Pardot, we can see all the customer rows we have added, ready for use with a Pardot campaign. For full information on the Pardot output component, please visit the Matillion documentation site.